Oh, why did I
Think
think
it's
Rebel was gonna be?
Rebel's gonna hide out in the background. We already know this, but hey, everybody!
Good afternoon. Welcome to Good Grief, everyone. Good to see everybody here. Shelby Nicole Cosplay. What's up? SK8843. Good afternoon. Welcome, everybody. BTD Mom. That's how STL says it.
Yep.
What's up, Rebel? Thanks for getting us going today. We appreciate you. And we appreciate everybody being here. Kim Possible, what's up, sis? Tell us
All
about your
is
trip.
well. All is well. I am
Look at
back
this, dude.
from my much needed vacay. Wasn't ready to come back, but knew I had to come back and be with the people. So I am back
Yeah.
in the saddle again. How are
Okay.
you doing?
I'm doing good. It's a beautiful day here in Atlanta. If those of you don't
Yes.
know, we're both in
Back
the Atlanta
from
area.
my much needed
Oh
vacay.
wait, I'm sorry. I just turned up. I just put my phone and I'm like, wait, I hear an echo. So yeah, Kim and I are both in Atlanta, so we're experiencing some really pretty weather. So um, the sun always makes things better. You know, fresh air. I've been out running some errands after doing dreaded chores. I hate chores like so much.
Yeah, there were some things I left undone before I left, and when I walked back in the house, I was like, "There's that
I
thing
know,
again."
right? Like,
So,
ugh,
yeah,
not
I'll
the
get to
floor,
that today.
empty laundry. Yeah, and I feel like laundry is like it's like taunting me. It's like I'll do loads of laundry, fold it up and put it away, and then I'll look at the hamper and it's overflowing again. I'm like, but I just put away 6,475 pieces of clothing. Like, what are we doing? So
Hmm.
yeah, I hate chores. So I decided to treat myself by going out. And, I like actually running errands. So I had to run some errands, drop off some orders to the post office, and then just did a couple little shopping things, grab some
Yes,
lunch. Now I'm back home. Got
I
to
need you to
shop a little bit.
order for my elderberry. So since you're running
Yes, I
errands, we
got you. I
need
just made a fresh
to plan
batch.
to
So I
meet
got
up for me to get my order. So
yes.
because it's gone prior to my trip, it's gone,
Ah, okay.
and now I'm
I
back in
understand.
these
Hopefully,
pollen infested Atlanta streets. So
oh,
I need my
I know,
stuff.
right? Right. Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
So you left out of Florida in what, Miami?
Yes.
Miami, right? Okay, very good.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
I'm glad you got a chance. Part of we're all here for talking about, good grief, and part of, I personally think, taking care of yourself, and part of coping and dealing is sometimes just a change of scenery, not going into the office. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, literally packing an overnight bag if possible, and even, going and doing a
Mhm.
staycation, but in your case, even a cruise, a short cruise, just get away, soak up some sun, some fresh air, be around different surroundings and other people. Sometimes that reset gets us to the next time, right?
Absolutely.
That's just what we need. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm so
Yeah.
happy for you.
Yes. Change of scenery, and being on the water or near water for me is always an immediate calming. So just to be able to see and look out on any body of water, whether it's a
Yeah.
fountain, a lake, a river, or the ocean,
Yeah.
it restores me. So I was just like literally the view from because I was on the Oasis of the Seas, the Royal Caribbean. So it was second largest
Uh-huh.
ship. And they
Yeah.
have these internal suites or internal rooms that have balconies that overlook either Central Park, a
Yep.
remake of Central Park, or the boardwalk. So mine was over the boardwalk, which put me towards the back of the ship, and the Aqua Theater. So the Aqua
Mhm.
Theater was an open air theater, and I could
Oh,
see the ocean from my window. So it was amazing,
oh, that
amazing.
sounds beautiful. Yeah. I love that. Yeah, that's awesome. So, how's everybody doing today? We're checking in. How's everyone doing? What is everybody up to? It's Friday. Yay. So, it's almost the weekend. Oh, there's feedback.
Yeah, there's some feedback I'm hearing.
Okay, let me put on my earbuds. That might fix things. Hold please.
It's not even like echoing, it's kind of like something in the
Yeah.
line. Almost.
Like you set that thing down and something started happening.
Oh, my phone maybe? Let's see. Maybe that's the
There,
problem.
it stopped.
It's
It's not.
on.
It was my
It's
phone.
on now.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
No
That's
problem.
weird. That's never happened before. Maybe it's never happened before because I have my headphones in. Anyway, but that's okay. So yeah, how's everybody doing? I hope you all are all right. Any plans for the weekend? Anyone? I I made a joke. I said I shipped my husband off to Vegas yesterday, so he's out of town for the weekend with his brother for the NFL draft was yesterday. I guess it's I guess like the more rounds are today.
Ongoing. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I love football, but I don't know much about the draft. But anyway, they're there for the draft, and so it's me and Captain Boots this weekend. So I don't know what we're gonna do. But I think the weather's supposed to be nice, which again is always it's always I think uplifting when the sun is shining. It's a nice little breeze. Maybe the weather is pretty. It's nice to get out. And what Shelby Nicole cosplay? What you gonna do, girl? It's just you. Oh man, I feel a Discord showtime or something.
Oh, absolutely. Some shenanigans coming on.
Yeah, that's what I feel. Yeah.
Let me just say, I was going through Twitch withdrawal while I was on my cruise. I was because I bought the internet, the super duper speed in the middle of the ocean internet, right? So that I could, be connected and not feel lost. And so people would pop up and I'd jump on and I'm like, girl, you're supposed to be going upstairs to the sexiest man contest. Put that phone down and come on upstairs. You're supposed to be going to bingo. And the bingo is nothing in comparison to the bangos that we have here on Twitch. Let me just say that up front.
With the sexiest man, thou sis?
Girl, they had the sexiest man contest by the pool. And the dude that won was probably the size of me and Crazy Berry Town and 2 other people put together. But
what?
He was not afraid to shake the jelly that he had. It was based on dance moves, pickup line, and posing. And I was like, oh, well, all right now.
Oh, he had charm and charisma.
And he was there on his 11th wedding anniversary. So he was like, look, it is what it is. Okay. Y'all can like it. I love it. And clearly my wife loves it. So, hey. But he got the biggest applause. So he won.
And he won.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. All right.
Yes, he did.
Well, that sounds so fun. I can't wait. We're going on it's supposed to be December. We go on a cruise normally every November or December. And of course, we missed the last few years because of COVID. So we're all, at this point, we still feel like we're going to go. We're going to keep the date because we just keep rescheduling. But now more friends like you and family are going on cruises and stuff. So now we're like,
yeah, I mean, they take you through to get on. So I would say definitely plan on being on there. They almost got me. I almost booked another one before I got on because, just the experience, the food, everything. Let me tell you, just a sidebar. So they had a restaurant called, so, you get your food that's already in the package, right? But then they have these other little diners and restaurants, and they had playmakers. And they had these buffalo chicken egg rolls. Child, let me tell you something. For $3. I was like, you're not gonna buy 2 of them, you're just gonna eat the one. You're gonna eat the one little order they gave you because you're going to dinner in 2 hours.
Right. You don't need that.
You don't need it. But they were everything. I almost went back the next day and got another one. But I was like, I want to try everything. So I can't go to the same place twice.
Yeah, especially on a big ship like that.
There's too much availability on the ship. And the fact that if I want 3 desserts tonight, I can ask for that. Right.
Yeah, I remember I was on a cruise one time and, you all know I have no sense. So we met this couple. True story. So this was probably when I first got married. So probably about like 17. We've been married 20 years. So that was probably our second or third cruise. So maybe 16 years ago. And we met this couple. It was the full table. So it was a table of 10. So there were 4 other couples and this young couple, bless their hearts. They were white, amazing. I'm not going to say anything crazy. Don't worry. But we were all going around the table and saying our name and everything. And so like, I'm Tracy and it's Tim and da-da-da. So here they come. And his name was Todd. And her name, I promise you, she said she had just turned 20. I'm thinking in my mind, like, Rebecca or Emily or Samantha, Mandy, Hi, everybody. I'm from Maryland. My name is Mamie. Sis. I was like, Mamie, where you come? What your mama named you after? Your mammy, your nanny, or something? Like, I don't understand what's happening. Okay, like, what are we doing? So I almost couldn't walk away from the table because Tim was hitting my knee so hard. Like, he's like, did you hear what I heard? And so we're trying to keep a straight face. He's banging my knee under the table. But anyway, Todd and Mamie were our best friends for the whole time. We had such a good time. But Todd, he was one of those people that was testing that you could order everything off the menu, like in the dining room. And so one night, the lobster night, he said, "Okay, Tracy, for every lobster tail you order, I'm ordering 2." I'm like, don't challenge me. I'm not your girl because I love lobster or whatever. So I ordered one. I started off, I'm going to have the lobster tail, da, 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 da. And he says, I'll have 2. So we get, getting down to our dinner or whatever, going through it. And I said, you ready? And he said, yeah. I said, I'll have another lobster tail. He said, I'll have 2. By the time it was all said and done, I ordered 3 lobster tails. He had 6. And this is a tall, like a young guy, tall guy, looked like a surfer dude, whatever. But he ate everything. And he said, on the last night, I'm ordering every dessert, including the cheese plate. And he literally did. Who orders the cheese plate?
The table next to me.
But listen, though, as
the cheese plate, I'm like, okay.
Now, listen, y'all. If y'all go on a cruise, don't hate on the cheese plate. That cheese plate is
it really was. I almost ordered it after they got it. I was like, oh,
it's really good.
It was more like a charcuterie because it had other things on it, so it wasn't just cheese. Yes. I said, So talking about multiple orders. So during lunch, one of those days at sea, this couple came in. They were sitting next to me, and they were trying to figure out. How they're gonna sneak some food back to the room for the kids, right? I'm like, just ask. I mean, you don't have to sneak it back. You can take it back. I mean, you're not stealing it. So they sat there and they were like, I don't know. I think we just ought to do appetizers. And then she was like, okay, cool. And then the guy came to order, and they literally ordered 6 orders of cheese sticks. 6.
Hey.
And the guy was like, okay, sure, that's it. It was like, yep, 6 orders of cheese sticks.
That's it.
6 times 4. Okay, right. And then they get them and they count them. And I'm like, they shorted y'all because y'all like have 24 and y'all got 20. Y'all got 10 on each plate. They ran out of room. You didn't even get all that you needed. And then she said, so what we going to do? And the guy kept eating them. And he's like, in a minute, we're not going to have nothing to take back because these are really good. And she said, well, I got something that we can take. And she said, so what, we're going to wrap them up in a napkin? He's like, no, we'll just ask for a to-go container. Like, they really were having a moment over there trying to figure out how they were going to get. I'm like, just order another.
Just order it. Yeah.
Because leaving there, get on the elevator with a bunch of people. And so this one woman has 3 of those trays. You know how you get your dinner and it has the cover on it. So she has 3 plates and she's holding them like this. And then this guy got on with like the box of like 4-pack of liquor, whatever's in the 4-pack of liquor. And then this other guy gets on. He's like, oh, must be a party somewhere. So we got the food, we got the liquor. He's like, so who got the weed now?
Oh, God.
And then a voice from the back of the elevator goes, I think I might have some in my room.
Oh, my God.
And everybody in the elevator just busts out laughing. And I'm like, okay, this is my cue to get off the.
Yes, SK 8843, the cracks. Yes.
Right. Because who knows? I don't even know. These people don't even know each other, but they might be good friends when they leave. Because if y'all really about to go try to turn up.
Okay, so here's the real question.
They had a smoking section on the boat, Rebel.
Mm-hmm.
Like outside, but in certain sections and during certain times. Now, didn't nobody say nothing about because they had vaping, they had all these other options. There was nothing on there about CBD or marijuana. But I'm just saying, the customs didn't look to be that tight to me, and security didn't look to be that tight when we got on.
Interesting. Okay.
And yes,
Did
I
the ship smell like
almost
weed?
came this close to taking a little stash of my supplies on, but I was like, I don't want to be out of town and end up in jail. So let me.
That's what I was going to ask you. If you,
and I'm by myself again. So it's like, again, I ain't got no coverage. I have nobody. I have no one. Nobody's there that I can trust. It's gonna be there. It's gonna make sure I'm not now hanging off the balcony doing something crazy.
I know. That's what I was thinking, Rebel. I'm like, I know this was the time she took the gummy, like the ear, at least.
Literally on a boat with people I don't know. Y'all really want me to take the gummy on a boat with some people I don't know?
Just lock yourself up in the cabin. You be all right.
I can open the door. It opened outward, so I could have been either hanging over in what was it, the boardwalk? I could have been out in the aisle in the hallway. Either way,
hanging off, rolling around with your clothes, swinging your bra around. Hey,
they're like, there is something going on up in 9321 up there. We have a situation. We need to call somebody.
You right. Okay, you're right.
Just saying.
Oh my gosh. So, how many of you have been on a cruise before? If you've been on a cruise before, put a 1 in the chat. Just curious. So, Rebel said she would have.
Rebel said I would have tore that ship up. You would have. Now, see, that's why I'm really been thinking about this, Tracy. We need a Twitch cruise. We just really need a Twitch cruise.
We do, like for real. We
for everybody. And I mean, all the entertainment, all the stuff, we got all that covered. I mean, we got DJs, we got game show hosts, we got Zumba. The poor lady down there doing Zumba with the people on the boat by the pool. This one chick I'm walking by, and she was up there by herself, and I'm like, "Oh, can I walk through there?" And they said, "Don't worry about her. The instructor's downstairs. She is up here doing her own thing. She's not watching nobody. She just making up her own.
She just do it.
Oh, okay. So I went on past. So I waited. I was like, "Get it, girl," and kept on going.
Ooh, I love it.
Yeah.
See, look. So yeah, we have some cruisers. And we have Shelby who wants to. So yeah, I think a cruise would be fun.
I think a cruise. I'm gonna start making some phone calls about that.
Truck driver said too, "Hey, big brother, too much water to drink." Listen, my husband felt like that the first time, right? And I was a big cruiser before I met him. And so I was like, well, either you're going or you're not. So, you know what I mean? I don't need, I don't need permission, or I don't, I'm going. So he's like, all right, just book it. So I said, well, let's just do a short one. So we did, I think it was a 4-day.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a little nervous about it. He literally said the exact same thing. I can't drink all that water. Okay. So before, I think it was like maybe day 2, he was already down at the Future Cruise desk booking the next one, day 2.
Yep. There you go.
And we've literally been on at least, sometimes we've done, one year we did 3 cruises in 1 year. At least 1 cruise every year that we've been married, except 2020 and COVID times, because we love it that much. He loves it, but that was his thinking. He was like, and then of course he's like, I can't swim. But where are you swimming to, huh?
You're not swimming anywhere.
To get on the ship?
I don't understand. They give you a whole thing. I mean, so when you get on the boat, you have to go through your little safety training.
Right.
And the way they did it was you look at the video on your TV in your room.
Yep.
Then you go down to your respective area where if something goes down, this is where you go. They scan your little card to make sure you showed up for class, and they show you how to put on the safety vest.
Yeah.
And where to be if something happens. And it was all of 2 minutes. And then you were
they started that during COVID. They started it used to be
so
before you
have to all show up at the same time.
Exactly.
And we ended up leaving the pier 1 hour late because everybody is required to go do the safety training. And the captain kept coming on. Thank you so much for those who have attended your safety briefing. Unfortunately, there are hundreds of you who have not.
Oh.
And in the event you don't, you will not be allowed to stay on the boat. So please attend your safety training. So by the time all the safety training was done, it was 5:30, which was when we were supposed to leave the dock. Mm-hmm. So we didn't leave the dock until 6:30.
Oh, snap. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Royal Confessions, she's got one ready for December 24th.
I'm trying to figure out how I can go back again before the end of the year, because being on the boat around Christmas time, that was one of the cruises I did, it was decorated for the holidays, and it was absolutely beautiful. So
You should go with us in December. We're going in December, I think the 4th. Me, Captain Boots, my husband, and one of my college friends from Cali. He always goes with us. And maybe a couple other people, I think. But yeah, we have that book for December 4th out of Orlando, I think. Let's chat about it. And it's already decorated for Christmas. They decorate the week before Thanksgiving because we've done Thanksgiving cruises too. And it's always decorated, but definitely by December 4th, of course, it's already going to be.
I love just the whole. I mean, everything's inclusive, and the Starbucks did not disappoint either.
Good, that's good. Yeah. Yay! So. Welcome, only one, Mrs. Cox. Good to see you. Hello. Truck driver, you can do it. You can do it.
You can do if you can drive that truck all across creation.
No.
You can get on a boat and let somebody ride you around the ocean. Now, come on.
Exactly. You deserve that. You need to say. You
do not have to worry about
yourself now. I can do it.
Yes,
so you can go.
Unlike the Titanic, there are enough boats for everyone to get on and off safely.
Right. I won't. Don't worry. You won't have to worry about me playing my recorder going down. You don't have to worry about me playing my recorder.
You don't have to have the flat flute playing on the deck while other people sail away and we stuck on a sinking ship. That is not how this goes.
It's not going down like that. No, literally, it's not.
Yeah.
So listen, everybody. This is like a good chat about something I read today. That there are 2 stages of grief. There's your life before your loved one or loved ones died, and life after, right? And life after can be great. There are times that we are going to feel, as I was earlier this week, I was a hot mess. I don't understand what was going on with me. I couldn't stop crying. I was doing Zumba on stream and crying. Nobody probably knew, but I was a wreck. So yeah, I mean, we will feel those low moments, and we're going to have those pockets of grief. Sometimes the pockets are real shallow and you come right out of it, you get in a good cry and you're fine. Or sometimes it takes us down for a little while, but there's always the other side, right? And life can be good after. But I do think, though, I really do, like, sometimes before my mom died, I thought of my life in 2 phases of before Captain Boots and after Captain Boots, right? But now I also parallel that with before my mom died and after, because I'm so different. My life is so different. Doesn't mean that I'm walking around like a zombie, crying every day and just, sad and sullen. And, clearly you all see that is not the case. 8 times out of 10, I'm popping and perky and, cray cray. But then there are times where we're not. But life can be good. We can cruise. We can have a good time. And even whether it's I'll just say vacation. You can vacation and enjoy yourself. And again, and sometimes that helps with the grief, right? You can create those new memories and create those new memories and sort of work through some self-care and just taking care of yourself, meeting new friends, as Kim said, even if you never see them again, just enjoying meeting people and talking, all of that can contribute to life after grief or life after your loved one passes. And so I don't know if you all feel like that. Those of you out there, if you feel like you sort of compartmentalize your life before, it was like BC, before Christ, but like before death, whatever, and then after. But that's how I feel. Like, I feel like, I look at things so differently, not necessarily bad or worse or good or better, but just differently, right? Yeah. Now that my mom has passed. And one thing that I haven't changed, there's some things that I don't do anymore, I can't do, that just make me feel sad or whatever. But one thing that hasn't changed is travel. I love to travel. We've instilled that in Captain Boots, and cruising, vacationing, all of that is one of those things. So I want to hear from you all. I want to hear if you feel that way too. Do you feel like your life is sort of compartmentalized in before loss and after? And who are you? Who are you now? Like, do DJ Classics does these affirmations. I am, and then you fill in the blank. But who are you after the loss? How do you think about your life? I think is what I'm trying to ask after the loss. So, Kim, let's chat about that.
Yeah, because I went on this cruise by myself, which I've never done before, because I always got girlfriends that will travel with me. And two of my best girlfriends that have passed away would have been on the cruise with me. So the last one that I went on was with Lakita, because went around the holidays. And then my girlfriend Denise, who did taxes, was always going to travel right after tax season. So I could have called her and been like, you want to go? And she'd be like, absolutely. When are we leaving? And so part of what gave me the courage to go was Denise went to like Punta Cana when people first started going to Punta Cana. I was like, where is that? She went there by herself once. And I'm like, and she's the kind that's kind of the friend that you're like, okay, everybody keep an eye on her because we need to make sure she don't do nothing stupid. And she went by herself, so much so that Miss Webb was like, we need to find somebody over there that she could have a contact just in case something goes awry. And so I don't remember what day it was, but I had a breakdown one of those days because I was thinking about her. And I was like, Denise would want to go do this, that, or the third. And I had my little breakdown. And I went down for dinner and they were like, is it just you? I'm like, yes, it's just me. Stop asking. You don't see anybody else here with me. They would be coming in late. We'd be in here together. So quit. Yes. I've been sitting at the same table for the last 3 nights by myself. So why are you asking me again? Is somebody else coming? No, they're not coming. So, I was just in a spot on that particular evening, but I got, like you said, I got my cry out. They started playing some music because one thing about being in that room was Party Central. I'm like, what time is it going to be over? Because if I really wanted to go to bed, I can't because they partying downstairs.
Gotcha.
Like I could just go out on my patio and just be a part of the party, right? So, that night they were doing like all kind of so I was like, all right, well, I am gonna go out on the deck and I'm gonna party by myself up here on this deck. I was not the only one, so that was hilarious all by itself. But
that's cool.
I had a moment where I was missing the fact that if she were here, she would have been on the cruise with me. But in honor of her and going by myself, I'm like, I had a ball by myself. I met so many people. And I was looking good one night, and this white guy, he's like, where's your date? I'm like, I guess he in Atlanta.
Ooh, let me find out.
He is not on here. He's not on the boat with me.
Hey.
Oh, well, hello. Whatever noise that was. Thank you. For the affirmation. I thank you.
Right. That was great. That was the
good time to partake in the gummy ministry. Okay, well.
Right. When you out there
Rebel will be the first to know once I partake of the gummy ministry. She will know.
Well, hopefully you'll take it before we do our Twitch cruise. If we do this cruise, hopefully you'll do it before. But if you don't.
Oh, I will definitely do it before the Twitch cruise. It may be later tonight. I'm supposed to be cooking up with one of my girlfriends who just got back from New York. And I haven't seen her all year. So she was like, where are you? I'm like, I'm on a boat. And she's like, well, I just got back from New York. When are you back? I'm like, Thursday. So I was like, what you doing Friday? So we probably will get together later on. So if we're going by her house, that is a safe space. I'll be at her crib.
I need the deets. I need the deets.
I want the details.
The gummy ministry. Okay? For real.
Amen.
What's
But
going
I think the before would have been, I would never have traveled by myself. The after is, I had the courage to just go ahead because I've been a couple of places by myself. And what was it? January, I did go to Vegas with some girlfriends. Then, of course, I went to the Holy Land with a whole bunch of people.
Right.
But I didn't want to be bothered. It's not that I didn't ask. She said, set a camera up. I will not put a camera up.
Right here.
Well, you know what, Stacey? I might for my own benefit so I can know what the heck I do.
She said,
tell the story properly. but not for sharing.
Oh,
It
geez.
shall not be a Discord night on Twitch. It will not be. But who knows?
It could be. Show me Nicole cosplay. She's chilling tonight, so we can all just, chill together. I mean, just saying.
Oh, okay.
What's up, bearded baritone? Hey,
Hello.
Joanna, good to see you. Welcome,
Bearded
everybody.
baritone. How's the beard? Is it braided? Does it have a clamp or a clip, or how is it doing today? Every time I see the wrestling, that's all I think about is the beard, and I'm like, the extended.
I have to say, Mike City did.
No, it's not that long in real life, but I'm just saying. I need that as a ponytail for later.
Ooh, peaches and mango. Okay, for bearded baritone.
Where we going?
Beard smell like peaches and mangoes, and then we got Black Jesus smelling like aloe and
wait a minute,
cocoa butter.
Okay,
Rebel, your friends got it going on. Okay,
Shelby said facts. Okay, she knows for sure that it is. Okay, very good.
See,
nothing like a well-kept beard. I'm just saying.
Oh my Lord! All these folks and their wonderful smells. The Bengals haul gonna be like.
I know the Bengals, and don't forget to add lemon pepper and hot sauce juice.
Ooh,
to the aroma.
Yes. Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah, the after is
about,
the
courage. Before and after.
Is the courage to just go ahead and go on my own. I'm a grown blank woman. I can I'll be all right. Mm-hmm. I'm sociable. Mm-hmm. I can make friends, and I got enough street smarts to know. Stay away from me. Don't do that. Yeah. Get off the elevator now. Don't go.
I love that though. I love
don't
that
just stay on the elevator to see what's gonna happen.
Right, but you could have though.
I could have, and just gotten off and walked around and got on the other set and come back down.
Listen, I'm telling you, you don't want to travel with me, see, because I'll be the one. I'll be like, Kim. Listen, I'm going to tell you now. I'm not going to smoke anything. I've never smoked anything in my life, and I never will. It's just me, just a personal thing. But listen, I am nosy. Okay. So
I have my Boss Energy coffee mug. Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful. I gotta order that. That is gorgeous.
The one with the red center and the red handle. Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes.
I need that.
Pleasantly surprised to have received it when I got home yesterday.
Oh, that is really pretty. I gotta order. I'm gonna do that today. Totes. Yeah. So I love this, y'all. I love the.
Now, if I had backup, yes, I would have been nosy. So I probably would have been down for that. To go, let's go see let's see.
I'm already excited. I'm already excited about this future cruise that hasn't even been planned yet. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the foolishness already because
on my own, I'm not as adventurous. But when I'm around other people, I'm probably I can be a little bit obnoxious. So I'm just saying.
Shelby will tell you. Yeah, because Shelby had this. She went on her stream last week. Last week, and maybe the week before. She was talking about. Oh, were you there? Where we were talking about like our mischievous childhood ways, and I am definitely one that is a bit adventurous and out there. So yeah, Shelby will tell you.
I've had that. We figured that out about you. We have discerned that. Yes.
I am. I'm terrible. I was.
Well, I was an only child, so I mean, what else am I going to do? I mean, there were times when I would get my whole class in trouble. The teacher would say, "Don't do X, Y, or Z," and then I would wait, and then do X, Y, and Z, and then, all right, everybody go back inside. They were like,
I can't imagine though, Kim. Honestly, I don't even believe you. I'm sorry. I don't.
So I will share at some point. I have a picture where my mother bought this outfit for me. That is a red and white jumper. And it says, "I am a good girl," all over it, just like all over it, and a white shirt. And I took like class pictures in that.
Oh, wow.
And so for the most part, yeah, I am. But there are moments that I have where I'm purposefully defiant.
Yeah.
Because I got tired of the good girl image.
Yeah.
Okay. Because again, what else am I supposed to do? I'm making stuff to do now. Because I'm an only child. I didn't give me anybody to play with. So I got to now make up stuff to do.
You got to cut up. Yeah, I feel you. I didn't even think about it like that. I just, Yeah, I'm just easily led. Like, don't dare me or challenge me because I'm gonna do it. Like, yeah. I the only thing I won't do now, I will not skydive. I was on a trip with some friends and
Yeah, I'm not
skydiving
jumping
was
out of
amazing.
anything. That I'm not doing.
And the
Bungee
only thing I
jumping, jumping
did,
off of stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
not gonna
that's
do
not
that.
happening. Mm-mm.
Although, okay, so speaking of courage, so now life after, so the bilateral thing here, SK8843 said that bilateral like line here. I
Mm-hmm.
feel I'm not gonna skydive. I will not. But I got ready to paraglide in Brazil, and I was all in it, ready to go, and backed out. Like I just like I can't do it. But now I feel like I could do that. I feel like I want to. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like post my mom's death, I feel like I've said this before that I can do hard things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even fun things that I consider hard, but I can. I didn't think I could get up the next day and the next day and the next day, and I'm here, almost 5 years later.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that I would stop crying ever. Like I felt like every day. So I remember saying to myself, "So this is what it's gonna be like. I'm gonna literally wake up and cry every day." Because I did for months, literally
Mm-hmm.
for maybe even a year. I woke up and cried in the shower every single day. I said, okay, so I'm going to cry every day. And I
Mm-hmm.
stopped. I can do hard things. I took care of my mom's business. I, planned her funeral. I
Mm-hmm.
got up and took care of Trey. I make the joke. I finally took a shower after God knows how long. I can do hard things. So I feel like some of it is a challenge for me though. Like, so I feel like I can do hard things, including getting back up there on that platform and paragliding.
Mm.
Now, or hang gliding. Was it hang gliding? What was it? Was it? I think it's paragliding. Yeah, where you go with someone and you're
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I can do that. But skydiving, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not skydiving. Um, that's
Mm.
it. I think that's the only one. I'm not rappelling. I tried that, and I just don't like the idea. Even though I'm clamped, I just don't like that idea of going down like a rock or a mountain. That's just not my jam. Um, but zip lining, totally. I'll totally zip line like all day, every day. I love zip lining. Um, but paragliding, I think that's the thing. So I feel like in my heart, although I felt it that day and I backed out, but I feel like I have that courage now. And I think some of us we don't we don't realize or we haven't thought about our life after our losing our loved one and what our
Mm-hmm.
life is like now. Um, and particularly the positives. We talked last week. Remember last week we talked about I think it was someone's their ideas, their five,
Mm-hmm.
four or
Mm-hmm.
five positives,
Five positives,
right,
yes.
after grieving, right? And sometimes we don't even want to say that. Like I remember, like I said last week, I remember reading that positives. What in the world is positive? What could possibly be positive after grief? Nothing. And then I stopped and thought about it. And said, okay, that's obnoxious and ridiculous. Stop and think about it. And I agree with it. Obviously, that's why I shared it with you. But a lot of us don't think about that, like how we are now, and in a good way. We think now, yeah, I feel so much more, and I do. And listen, I'm not saying the negatives aren't there. I have a higher, in terms of fear, a different fear, not a fear off of jumping off a platform, gliding over, Copacabana Beach in Rio. That's the
Mm-hmm.
different fear. But
Mm-hmm.
just the fears of loss and the fears, so those things are there. I have that fear, more fear than I ever had before. I trust. So yeah, there's those negatives for sure. My
Mm-hmm.
trust is out the window. I don't trust anything anymore because I trusted that my mom would be okay. She had the surgery that was supposed to save her life, and it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that,
Mm-hmm.
but let's see if we can pivot a little bit. And as Kim said, she had the courage prior, maybe, to some of these losses. You may not have felt like you could go on a trip by yourself. And now you have. And not only did you go by yourself, you had a good time. You got some rest. You enjoyed yourself. You met other people. You didn't stay in your cabin the whole time. Like, what am I doing here? You
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed yourself. You opened yourself up to that. And I think um, when some of us, and sometimes we don't see that other side because we're still in a fog, but be hopeful if you're there right now, that when that fog rolls away, that
Mhm.
you might find um, you learn some good things, some positive things about your strengths, your disposition, your mindset after losing those that you loved. So that's, sort of, what I was thinking about today when I saw that. When I saw that it was a post Instagram, the thing.
Mhm.
But I agree with it so much, though, that because we talk about the 5 stages of grief, right?
Mhm.
And so this is it just said there's just 2 stages: before the death and after. That's it.
Mhm.
And as we know, we've talked about here before that grief isn't a linear
Mhm.
thing, right? And it's not that 5 stages. You go through one, and then two, and then three, and it's not like that. It's just sort of
It's
all over the
all over the place.
place, and that's really just one big it's just one big stage, right? And again, that stage is called after the loss, and who knows where it's going to take you.
Mhm.
But what I do recognize, and I love that Kim said that about courage, is that we all have, again, when that fog rolls away, you'll find that there are some things, some good things. And I know it's hard. It kind of stings a little bit to say there's some good things that have come out of my grief. It does sting a little bit because for a long time I never wanted to think about that because I felt like it was a betrayal. Like I felt like it was a way of saying if I found some good in the grief, like I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but I felt like I
Mhm.
couldn't. Like I'm
Mhm.
supposed to be like, this was horrible. This is the worst thing that's ever happened, and be like that all the time, and not see maybe a little bit of sun, a sliver of light there. Right? I
Mhm.
felt I couldn't do that. It was a betrayal to my mom and her life. But it is what it is. She's not here. I'm still here. The fog, some of it has rolled away. And as with Kim, I have found that there are some things that I didn't know I had in me, you
Mhm.
know, good things.
Yeah.
Some of them are good things. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not so much, and I guess I would say it a little differently in that when you lose someone, your perspective on life changes. How you see things, what you see as important and valuable. You no longer sweat the stuff that no longer matters. There's just things that at the end of the day don't matter anymore. Things that you could have gotten upset about, or things that seem like just
Yes.
wait time wasters in your day. And then when you recognize how precious and how short life really is, then you start to change your perspective in how you live your life. And it's
Yeah.
not in any way a dishonoring to your loved one who has passed on,
Hmm.
but it's how am I now going to function knowing how precious and sacred life is
Yeah.
while I'm here? So, how am I going to use my time? What
Hmm.
would, and I go back to the what would even honor my loved one by how I live my life now.
Yeah.
And, I remember when she decided she was going on that trip, I was like, have you lost your mind? This is the same
Yeah.
friend that when we went to DC and we took the train, because she never had been on the train, we're getting off the train. And because she had all this luggage and the train started moving, she froze. And it wasn't going fast, but she stood there in the door and we're like, get off. And she's like, but it's moving. I'm like, yeah, so get off. And she's like, but it's moving. And she had to literally go to the next stop. And we're at the airport, like, only Denise would this happen to. Oh, with this, I mean, and she
Wow.
almost missed our flight coming back to Atlanta because she was like freaking out about how she gonna step off a moving train. I'm like, it's going 0.3 miles an hour at this point. You could have
Right.
got your stuff. I mean, throw your luggage off and step off. I mean, just whatever.
Oh,
But
that's
she
funny.
was frozen and standing there looking at us as the train goes by. And we're like, she is
Oh
still
my.
on the train. What is happening? And even to this day, that is the funniest example of her that I have. And I'm like, if
Yeah.
this one got on a plane and went to an island, and
Mm-hmm.
made it back safely, surely I can go and travel and do anything. Because that would
Yeah.
never happen to me. And
Right.
so it's how do you, it makes me put things in perspective. And I know that she would think, like, what do you mean you're not gonna go? Because I mean, one, the trip in and of itself was a blessing. I
Yeah.
paid 58 whole dollars to go on a cruise.
Right. I
Five
mean,
eight. 58.
that's amazing.
All I had to pay was the gratuity to go.
That's dope.
Buy my plane ticket to get to Miami.
Yeah.
Now,
You
granted,
would
I
have
ain't
been a
gonna
fool
tell
not to
y'all how
go.
much I spent on the boat, but with paying 58 bucks, I can justify that.
Right. You can splurge a little
I
bit.
can
You know.
splurge because I'm like, it was a blessing. I have been declaring favor all year, and clearly I've been walking in that. So it's why would I not go? Even if I
Yeah.
had to pay full price to go and I had the opportunity to go, I still would have gone.
Right.
Because it's just what I think I need to do for me in the season that I'm in. So, you know.
Yeah, and so sort of what you
It's
were saying about your
mhm,
friend, what you learned from her,
mhm,
and like you like going on this trip.
mhm,
SK8843 said, "I try to honor my mom by being true to the person she raised me to become."
mhm,
And I've seen that a lot. Like
mhm,
honor the person
mhm,
that you've lost by being the best. Like choosing the best things about them and emulating that.
mhm,
Whatever it is that they instilled in you, whatever you miss about them, whatever you respected and loved so much about them, do that, be that, right? Only one Mrs. Cox said my perspective on life changed for me when I was going through my journeys in cancer. My
mhm,
mom was with me. It's so different now without my mom. At 68, she was still young and stayed on the go. In her honor, I will try to move forward, living every day to its fullest.
mhm.
Yes.
Amen.
Brava to you for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is important. It's important um, to really wholeheartedly believe that and to do it
Mhm,
because now I know obviously I'm not going to cry every day and sit in the house and lock myself up, even though in my mind I felt like that's what I wanted to do. So
mhm,
I will do the same thing as the only one Mrs. Coxon, and live
mhm,
each day to the fullest. And after knowing that my mom saw, I've done 2 readings with that medium, and the
mhm,
first time my mom said, in so many words, not to go back over it, to get it together. She was like, I taught you to live joyfully. Um, Besides saying, and everything. And as a kid, I used to just be so over it. It was always put God first. I think I told you, well, she gave me an iPad when the iPads first came out. And
mhm,
Apple will engrave something on it, right? So I'm like, oh, she got my name engraved or whatever, because it had like a little
mhm.
tissue over the back of it for the engraving. I was like, oh, she got my name on it. This is so dope. And I'm not being funny, like y'all know me, but when I lifted off the paper and it said, "Put God first," I was like, I was like, really, mom? Like, okay.
Really? Like,
But so she would always say that,
she's
and then she
gone
would
to lengths of getting it engraved on electronics. Okay, mom, thanks.
right, like, mom, right? I know, but then she'd also say, Tracy, and she'd always just say, Tracy, you've gotta find joy. You've got to live joyfully, and you've got to be the light. And if you're not the light, then look for some light. She'd always talk to me that way. And that's what I want to do, like what only one Mrs. Cox said, living to the fullest. And SK8843 said, living the way that her mom raised her and what she instilled in her to
Mhm,
become. And that's the same for me as well. And at one point I didn't know that I could, you know, that life after her death. I wasn't sure that I could, but now I know that I can. Maybe not 100%. Do I feel good? I was in a store today and it just, I don't know. I guess I wasn't thinking. I just, honestly, I don't think about Mother's Day anymore. I like normally by now I would have ordered something, made my mom something, and got it ready to ship because I wanted to get it to her on time. Now I don't even think about it. I love my friends who are moms. I have a stepmom who is amazing. I love her dearly. But as of today, as of this year, now next year might be different. I'm not sending anybody any Mother's Day cards. I'm not buying anybody any presents. I cannot. If it ain't going to Carolyn, Cece, anybody get nothing. Okay? Don't even call me because I ain't calling you. Okay? So, but that's just today. That's just like right now. So when I walked into the store today, it was like Mother's Day Central, and I turned my happy ASS around and left. I was just like, I am not here for this today. I just could not. I just couldn't do it. But that was just that moment, right? I know I can, live joyfully, and I can encourage you all to do the same. And my mother was a giver. She was always giving, giving, giving. Random acts of kindness, doing things for her friends, and I find myself doing the same thing. And I always think, this is for you, Mom, because I know you would do this. But there are times, where it's just not always going to be that. Right. Giving yourself grace. It's a process, one day at a time.
Absolutely.
And giving yourself grace. And I think too, I've learned this from someone who said that for years they were always so hard on themselves. They would not give themselves grace. They would just go, 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 and get down on themselves when they didn't meet a deadline or whatever it was. Right. And then she lost her father. And what Mrs. Cox said is she said that I learned. So the one thing she learned, life after death, was to give herself grace. And she said it was so uncomfortable at first, but that is what she embraced. That is what she learned. She stopped. Her life was shaken, upside down, turned upside down. And this is the thing that she pulled out of it, was to give herself grace. So I hope that we all, can stop and think about. Some of you have already, you posted in the chat. We can, reflect and think about our lives now. What were they before and what are they now? And what are some of those positives that we can, pull out of that, as a result of our grief. Only one, Mrs. Cox, I did the same yesterday. It was overwhelming seeing all the Mother's Day items. Yeah, May 8th is Mother's Day, and also 5 months. Oh, wow. And that is just so not long ago. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's hard. And like I said, I just put it out of my mind. I guess, it is gonna be Mother's Day. I didn't even think, so much so that and apparently they didn't either, but I'm gonna be away next week. So I won't be here, y'all. I'm gonna be on the beach in North Carolina with some other moms and our sons. And so we were planning the trip, and none of us, when we chose this date, realized it was Mother's Day. We were just so happy to plan to go away. So like last week, one of the moms texted, said, did you all realize that we're actually going to be away for Mother's Day? We were like, okay, we're going to be mothering, whether it's here or there, right? But it definitely didn't cross my mind, because it's just one of those things that I don't look forward to in some ways. And so I just hadn't thought about it until today, literally, when I walked in that store. So, and I love being a mom. And my husband asked, what do you want for Mother's Day? I never want anything for Mother's Day, because this was even before my mom died. I'm just not that person. I mean, get me a Dunkin' Donuts gift card or something, or, feed me. I'm good. But even more so now, I'm just happy to be a mom. And so again, I don't get excited about Mother's Day because I'm looking for gifts or whatever. I just want it to just go away. Honestly, I do. I just want to go to sleep all day Sunday and then wake up and it's Monday, really. So maybe next year it'll be different. I say that every year, but so far this year, that has not changed. But one day at a time, give yourself grace. And part of that day I'll be on the beach. We'll be leaving that day to come back here. So we always get up and have breakfast on the beach and take the boys to get some shells and stuff that they want to put in these jars that we made for them. And then we get on the road and come back. So that'll be distracting in a way, I guess. So, yeah, all those kids in the minivan.
Yeah, you won't have time to really think about it, because there'll be somebody be driving, someone be, don't do that. Stop that.
Right.
No, we're not there yet.
So there are three. The boys, they're all in the same class, well, the same grade. Two of them are in one class of the same grade, and then Trey's on his own in another class. So they're all 9, and then there's going to be a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. Yeah, I'm loco. Yeah, I don't know, but so it's real. So it's the way I look at it though is like a means to an end. Like I've got to like deal with the drive, which actually wasn't that bad when we last did it, to get to this island. Like I just once we go over that bridge to the island, we park the car, we drive the golf cart for the whole weekend. It's paradise. It's wonderful. So I have to think about it like that. It's like I have to suffer through this van ride to get to the beach. So
a flight. That's why I see flights. I'm like, I got to deal with all these people on it because, again, they're not making people wear masks on the plane. So even like some of the Delta employees had masks on, some of them didn't. Some of the people still had on masks, some of them didn't. And I was just like, don't nobody breathe in my direction. I'm looking at everybody side-eyed, like somebody sneezing or got a Kleenex. I'm like, because the dude in the center, because it was the whatever Airbus, so the 3 seats on both sides, and the guy in the middle, I saw him with Kleenex before he got on the plane. So I was already like binding and loosing, like whatever that is, Lord, keep it in that, keep it all up under that hoodie. Just I don't have time. I don't have time. And and he slept the whole flight. I'm like, thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, God.
He got up and went to the bathroom before the plane took off. He's like, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm like, yeah, get all that out before you come back and get your seat. Because I'm like, of all the seats on the plane, you had to sit next to me. I was like,
right. Oh God. I know Tim said he flew out yesterday on Delta and he said the same thing, but he said it was about half and half. I thought it would be less people wearing masks, but he said it was about half and half. And on his particular flight, all the flight attendants, the pilots did not, but they lean right anyway. They're more conservative, and you already know where I'm going with that. But all the flight attendants on his particular flight going out there had masks on.
Two of the it was 4 of them. 2 of the 4, the 2 guys, 2 black guys had their masks on. The black girl did not, and then the white guy did not. And then none of the flight attendants had on masks.
Okay.
Like,
interesting.
Yeah.
And listen, no shade. If people don't want to wear it, then
on the boat, I wore mine like the first day and a half, and then I finally kind of got over it.
Yeah,
because all the spaces I was in, other than the dining, were open air. So I was like, all right, well, what do I need a mask on for?
Yeah. How nice though. Ooh, I can't
all
wait.
Of the servers, everybody that worked on the boat had a mask on.
Oh, okay.
Everyone, all the servers, Pedro, my room attendant, everybody that worked there, guest services, Photoshop, everybody had a mask on. But of course, there was still some people. But now when we got to that, back to the dock, put your mask on. You must have a mask when you go through customs. Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
yes, ma'am.
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Interesting.
And they were passing out masks for people. Like if you didn't have one on, here, put this on.
Yeah.
This on.
I guess those areas are regulated differently. That's
and you're coming back from somewhere they don't know what the word you did while you were on the boat, and they don't know what you did when you got off the boat at your different ports. So just in case you brought something back with you, then we're gonna just say put a mask on.
Yeah, I think generally I will probably, at least in like larger spaces and stuff, I'll probably wear a mask. I won't say forever, but for a long time. It's been so nice not to be sick or have sniffles. So, I mean, because obviously, right, there's other stuff other than COVID, and people are just nasty. So and I don't care. I mean, people, you say what you want to. I'll cuss you out. I don't care. People so crazy to me. Because, people have been saying stuff, like, well, you don't need a mask on and you wearing a face. People are getting real bold now that a lot of places aren't requiring masks and, all this stuff, whatever. I wish somebody would say something. Act like it. You get cussed. I mean it. I'm not even playing. Mind your business. If you want to wear a mask, great. If you don't, that's fine too. Like, just leave me alone. I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm not gonna say one thing or another, especially if we're in a place where it's not regulated or whatever. Just you do you, and I'm gonna do me. But it's been nice not to. It's been nice also to have Captain Boots not be sniffly and so. Although he's actually been pretty protected with the elderberry, we've had very few colds, and if he has, they've been very mild. But it's been nice to just feel good all the time. And I think a lot of it is because of the masks. So,
I mean, the minute I got I had a mask on all throughout the flight once I got there, outside of eating my Starbucks when I got to the airport. But I knew I needed to keep it on because I'm back in Atlanta where it's pollen central.
Oh, I know.
And I've been out in crisp, cool air on ocean air with no allergy situations.
I know.
And now to walk back into this, I'm like, I might need to stay in the house all day just because
it's pretty bad today.
The atmosphere. Because I have seasonal allergies and I can never tell what's what. And one season I could be fine. The next one, it's horrible. And I've had like 3 different scenarios where I've had like an all day sneezing and blowing my nose. And I'd have to dope up with everything I have just to get it under control again.
Yeah.
So
it's no fun. It's no fun at all. Yeah. I think I had pollen headaches or something. I had headache. I had a really bad headache for the last 3 days. Today is the first day I woke up and actually did not have a headache. I felt good. So I thought some of it was stress. Like I said, Tuesday I was a mess. I just felt really heavy, and it was just a day I just wanted my mom. I don't know what I was just feeling that really heavy. And so I thought I gave myself a headache, like freaking out about that and like stressing out and stuff. But even after I took some medicine, because I take medicine every day for migraines. I've been on daily medication for migraines for 7 years now, I believe. I missed 2 days of it and it's a wrap. So I had taken all my medicine, so I knew it wasn't that. So I took an Excedrin migraine on top of that, and that didn't make it better. So I knew it was probably the pollen. Because this week it's been really high, the pollen count. So, yeah. So, but we are at our time, y'all. Over our time a little bit. I don't have to rush off, but I know people, we don't want to hold you too long because we say we're going to be on an hour. But Trey's at school for he has an after school thing for with one of the teachers playing Minecraft. It's Minecraft and Hot Wings Day. That we won during the auction, like we bid on it. Another group with another set of moms, and so all the kids are doing that after school today. So I don't have to get until later, but still. But we'll be in the Discord though. Where you go? Oh, well, hello there, Two Wolves. Welcome. So yeah, we will be in the Discord. Truck driver, you have allergies too, like you deal with the pollen, and I'm sure where you're just kind of in different areas, right? So you don't know what you're gonna get, wherever you are. So yeah.
And honestly, now I can, because people, I've before the pandemic with allergies, I used to say I need to get me some masks just to wear in the midst of all of this, and now with the pandemic, I can just have them. And wear them during, like, when it's cold outside, because I also have asthma, and breathing in cold air can aggravate mucus creation.
Oh goodness!
Yeah. So
welcome, Raiders.
All of that. We're getting raided.
Yeah, we got a raid. We got a raid from Phantom Alucard. Hello there, and welcome to you. Welcome to Good Grief.
Raiders.
We're having an amazing Friday. Thank you for being here. We are wrapping up our chit chat today about life after grief, and just how we have found courage or something positive out of life after grief, and recognizing that there are some things that have changed in us for the good. So that's what we've been talking about today. Royal confession, your sinuses have caused vertigo? Oh, no. That does not sound good.
No, not good.
And I know sinus issues are really painful. my mom used to suffer from sinusitis, and I think that's how you say it, sinus infections.
Mm-hmm.
And she would talk about how painful they were until I gave her. My mom was a mess, so I gave her some elderberry. But at first, she fought it. At first, she was just like, "Listen, I'm not here for," as she would say, that newfangled stuff. That's what she told me. That's what she said. She said, "I'm not here for this newfangled stuff. I'm gonna call my doctor." That was her. Like, she had all her doctors like on like speed dial. Her cardiologist, her dentist,
Mm-hmm.
her.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, "I don't need that newfangled stuff." So I was like, "Well, just take it anyway. You're here in my house, so you're gonna do what I want you to do." So she took it. She was like, "So what we got to do so I can take a whole case home?"
She's like,
I'm
not going to admit I was wrong about that, but
right.
I am going to say
I'm just going to take a case home
it's
just
working for me. So yeah, I think I'll try it forever.
Right. I'm just going to take a case home and give it to my friends, whatever. That's what she said. I'm just going to give it to my friends, but she felt so much better. She said, "I never thought outside of like, medicine, like a pill, from my doctor, that I could feel better,
Yeah.
So
there's a whole lot of natural remedies out there that
exactly. Right. But she just did not, like my mom, she did not believe in any of that, just no. I mean, she almost literally like fainted when I told her we went to this Chinese herbalist when we were trying to get pregnant. She was like, "You know what? I don't even know who you are. Like, I gave birth to you and that's it. Like, I just give you over to the Lord because what are we doing? We're Chinese herbalist. You're drinking tea made out of grass and tree bark. Like, what's happening? How are we supposed to get a baby like that? I don't know." So yeah, she was not down for the newfangled stuff. So she's a mess. Keisha Key, what's going on, sis? Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Keisha Key.
Happy birthday.
The one and only Keisha Key.
Okay, truck driver, I got you. I just made a new batch yesterday. So I will send you a jar on Monday. You got it.
All right. I got to figure something out. Since it's you and Captain Boots. Maybe we can meet up tomorrow somewhere.
Have you heard from Lisa the X? P.S. By the way, we're having a sidebar, y'all.
I have not.
Okay, because Sight Giver is in town this weekend. And we're supposed to get together Sunday. I'll holler at you. I'll text you when this is over.
Okay. After
last minute. Like,
okay.
Yeah, it's like 4 or something like that at Raging Burrito.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
I could do that.
So I'll text you the info.
Okay.
Yeah. Lawanda!
I had to tiptoe out of this meeting.
I know that's right. We're glad you're here. We hope you're doing okay.
Hi, Lawandas.
Can I intrude?
Yes.
Yes.
You're running the ship, girl. Okay. Yes. Whatever you have to say.
Listen, I just want to see if I can play this birthday song for the sis.
Yes.
Because I was just about to say we have no way to play music for Keisha Key's birthday.
Rebels.
So, girl,
going on. We're gonna try to make a way, sis. Hold on. Let me see if I can do it first.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday. Happy
CBT, we need the flute in here somewhere. We got the what is that? We got the jars going.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Come on, church. You better get you some, CBT.
Happy birthday, Keisha Key.
Happy birthday, Keith. birthday, Keish. I had to do it for you. Better twerk for Jesus. You better twerk for Jesus.
Boo.
Yes.
All right,
I'm so
y'all.
glad we're able
All
to play
right.
that. Yay!
What a way to end today's good
Yes.
grief with some
Yes.
celebrations.
Once again, Phantom Alucard, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for being here. Hope you'll come back and join us again. Thank you for bringing your raiders over here. Rebel, thank you to you for getting us going today.
Come on, sis.
Appreciate you. Everybody have an amazing weekend. I will see you all in 2 weeks because I'll be on the beach. I don't want to commit to streaming from the beach because first of all,
no.
you all might be jealous.
No.
And haters,
No.
me and haters don't go. I'm just kidding.
Yes.
No. The signal is bad on the island, though, for real.
Yes.
So I'll see you all in 2 weeks, though.
Mhm.
So thank you all for being here. As always, please find the joy in something every single day. Every day. Not on the weekends, not on Sundays only. Every day, find the joy in something because you deserve it and you are worth it. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Kim.
And as a reminder, remember that we have the Win Phone out in Discord. So you're welcome to come out into the Discord and share any type of words with your loved one. Write to them. Write what you want to say to them because part of your healing involves being heard. So we thank you so much for always coming through, sharing your heart here. We are here to support you along this journey of healing through grief. So have a great weekend. We will see you next time. Bye. Oh, we'll be in the Discord after.